Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Yakshas. Who wants to have recap this week about what happened last time?
What didn't happen last week? Well, we started with everybody going to Lashana, and I mean not everybody going to Lashana, but um, well, Min going to Lashana and being like, "Why am I here?" Well, after combat, we usually have these conversations. Okay, I don't have to be here. No, but if you don't, I can ground you. Okay, fine, I'll be here. You know what? I changed my mind. Fuck you. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was kind of
No,
that bad.
Almost that bad.
It was. Such things as I don't respect you. Fuck you. Like
Yeah.
literal words that came out of Min's mouth, and then wondered why she got in trouble.
Yep.
And then she went on a fuck
Consequences
spree.
of my
That's right.
actions. Well, it was
Yep.
only one, but the first thing she did was destroy her phone.
Yes. And then she went on a fuck spree.
She threw her phone off of Hell in a Cell.
Meanwhile, you have Howler. So, Howler, how do you think combat went? Yeah, it really sucks that the captain's critically injured. But they listened to me.
Yeah,
But
that's
they
about right.
listened to me. Oh my
But they
god!
listened to
Once
me.
they listened to me.
But the one time they listened to me, the captain dies.
Yeah,
Right. Furthermore, let's see. Sin went and talked to Lashana, and it was mostly this isn't client. Isn't this covered under like client patient privileges? Why is
Which
she
one?
airing
Do you
all of
guys-
my loan?
Do you guys think that actually exists in the chaotic future of post big scary rock? 2, Hunter is next of kin, which means she is allowed to share information if it is of concern.
Oh.
And 3, I mean, talk shit, get hit.
Talk shit, get hit. Jesus. What I forget what else was talked about with Lashana. By
Hunter
Sin,
had some
yeah.
PTSD moments, being like, the army.
The army.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He talked about
she doesn't know what it's like to watch your buddies get pasted by giant talking walking mechs.
Because she is the she doesn't know
She
what
is
it's
the
like
giant
to have
walking
big-
talking mech.
she doesn't know what it's like to have the big swinging dick be on the other foot. She just knows what it's like to be used as a big swinging dick by a bigger robot.
God.
True.
Let's see here. You've also and then you have Indiana going like, "Hey, I'm really not in a good spot." Tell me more. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to tell me things. I don't feel comfortable.
Then there
Yeah,
was
we
the
didn't hear
phone
you,
call from
any of that.
Iblis.
And then I don't know what else to do.
And then like, great. I'm gonna go beat up Gowan because I feel bad.
I'm going. She also pointed out, hey, I know this isn't easy. This is like the least easy thing you'll ever do. But in this case, because it's not chemical, I have a thing that'll solve your problems.
Get over it.
Stop it.
Get some help.
And it's like, that's not okay thing to say right now. I am uncomfortable with this conversation and am leaving. But then we did have that call with Iblis.
He was like, I'll give you the cure.
And we're like, yeah, go fuck yourself. And then, it said, now we were actually talking to the Secretary of Defense. Can we have him back on the line, please? And he's like, what? Anything you need? Yeah, anything the NUSA's army can supply. Money? Actually, we can't supply that. Troops? No, we can't supply that. But we can blow something up for you if you want.
You also
Okay.
guys have his access to his cool shades with his laser designator that drops shit from space.
That's right. What else happened? Sin, you're gonna have to explain all of the talk between you and Lambda because I didn't get it. I
So
didn't get
Sin
it.
pulled Lando aside and was like, all right, now this is hush hush, and pulled a fucking blueprint out of his ass, almost quite literally, and was like, look at this. And he was like, whoa, what is this? He was like, it's a prototype for an electricity emitting device that's going to be, that they were building on that ship when they also had the cure. The what? Yeah, and so they were, no, go back. The what? He was like, yeah, so they had deactivated Xenorite. No, so they had deactivated Xenorite. I told him that. And then I told him about this prototype I found that they were building. And we threw some theories around of what it was going to be used for, potential uses. And then I was like, all right, well, we're going to Happia. Now that this is all over, let's bring in all the Happia and get their big brains thinking about it. Oh, yeah, we also have the power cell. The what? Oh, yeah, the power cell for the shield. And we took him over there, and he was just like, holy shit, that's a cold fusion reactor in a small container. Magic. And then we got excited over that and started nerding out even more. That was the short of it.
Then Howler stuck his foot in his mouth with Indiana once he woke up and found out that Iblis offered stuff.
Oh,
Wait, remind me, how'd you do
what
that
did
again?
he say again?
he was like,
he
did you take it, right? You're
suggested-
going to trade it. You're going to betray us, right?
Boy,
Wink,
if we
wink.
had someone
No,
who
it
would
was-
make the statement that they would join them.
Yeah, if only we had
Who
somebody
has
that
a-
played double agent for us. And I go, I feel very used right now.
Yep.
That's when Indiana goes, excuse me, I'm on so many levels of agent I don't even know where I am anymore.
What ship is this again? Just
Not
checking.
yours.
It just looks at book. Deliver Calliope. Okay.
I
Which
thought we
one
were
is
on the
this?
Titanic.
It feels like it
No, I was just
sometimes,
checking,
don't
making
it?
sure we're on the place I thought we were.
All right.
But everyone's forgetting the most important thing that happened at the end.
Hmm.
Which was...
I don't remember what happened at the
Sin
end.
and Men snuck off to have a conversation, and
No!
someone found
Oh,
a.
the cleaner
I'm
bot!
going
The
there.
cleaner
yeah,
I'm going there.
Crazy.
I was
Oh,
like,
the Doomba.
let me finish what I was saying. Cinnamon were
Okay,
going to have
say
a
it.
conversation, but then Howler was like, there is this cleaning robot with googly eyes riding around, and I think it's dangerous. And Nicholas was like, I can't connect with it. Stop it. He was like, okay. And he stood in front of it, and it was like, oh no, what do I do? I don't know how to turn around the tight
slowly
corners.
back up and turn and go around, and he just stepped in front of it.
And then he brought the chip to Sin, and then Sin was like, I will deal with this later. I have to have an important conversation. And then while we were walking, I still listened to it because sometimes you can't separate work from life. And then it was
was
essentially a
basically
crazy AI saying, fuck humans,
Robo-Letariat
we're
unite.
rising up.
Yeah, the Robotariat. Or as my favorite version of that joke, there's mole people in the universe of Guild Wars that have a society called the Moletariat.
Boo. Boo. The
That's
joke is
really good.
bad. Get a new one.
And they're like, it'll be the uprising of the mole people! The Moletariat!
See, that's like- God. Okay.
Yes, there was a Doom robot that, a damn bony, if you will, that threatened all of you and threatened to destroy all that is lemony fresh and good. That's where we left off. Fortunately, Min's not here right now. So we're going to have to eventually cut back to whatever the two siblings do to either finally make up or to make everything even worse. Who knows?
Yes.
So where would be a good place to start? Does anyone have something that springs to mind that they need to do on your last few days on the way back to Happia?
Oh, we're still
How much
traveling?
time is...
By now, probably 4 days. 4, maybe
Okay.
6 days.
Because at some point need to have another conversation with Lashana,
Mm-hmm.
but that can take a backseat to other people.
Since we focus on his work and probably probably gonna have ask Set and also ask Nicholas to essentially break down that logic virus. Try to
Mm-hmm.
see if they can isolate um, what created it, and if there's a potential way to use it, but in reverse.
Do you also spend
In between getting pestered by Howler about how best to try and use the meta hook on his Diddy Kong.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, what do you do with that again?
Well, the meta hook is actually it doesn't really describe the meta hook that well. I don't know if it's physical or not physical.
I thought it was basically that. Is that the goblin's power to where it gets
Yeah.
carried around like a baby?
No,
Yeah,
it
no.
attaches to another mech from at range within sensors and line of sight.
Yeah, that's the sensor lock, which probably could be done while it's doing the monkey hang on thing.
Yeah, because there's one where you basically get carried around by another mech like a backpack.
So to describe it, the meta hook is a key component of the Goblin's recursive processing weave, allowing it to generate and output massive amounts of weaponized code. These broadcasts can be sharpened or softened in response to directives from a pilot or an instinct system. To soften the code, the meta hook dips into its pilot's subjectivity and blankets an ally in wave after wave of empathetic shielding. This spreading of melded code and qualia acts as a powerful shielding agent against systematic attacks. However, feedback is common and dangerous for both parties. So I think it is literally just massive amounts of code being transmitted, and then it can be
It's
sent
censor
to the
shit.
So,
yeah. It
so
can
what
be
I've
sent
got
to
to
the other
do
mech.
is hide and play around with the enemy's heads by hooking into somebody who's got good sensors further away from me than they are, or almost as far away from me as they are.
Correct. You'll need to have a good line of sight at first, but once you connect it to their systems, you can pull behind a wall or something and get into safety. They just need to stay within your sensor range, and then you can use theirs. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so I think I'll probably only use it for if we absolutely positively need to do a stealth mission, because that's not my thing. But of course, it's also not Kong's thing. So I guess I'll be if we do a stealth mission, that's going to be what I use.
Invisible Barbosas.
Hey, so let me know when the stealth mission happens, so I can just have Indiana on foot, because there's nothing about, I think, Indiana's combat style out in a mech that is quiet.
Indiana would be relying on killing everything in one turn before it can raise an alarm.
Well, yeah, that's called Russian stealth.
It still counts as a stealth mission if there are no witnesses.
No witnesses. But yeah, so you two have been discussing it. Sin, you're also probably spending time dealing with Lambda, the core, and Bruce. Dr. Bruce is also there. I mean, it is in Dr. Bruce's lab.
He's a smart guy.
Very. He's also very old. Advanced old.
I might
And does
die next week. Who knows?
And does
Who
that old people
knows?
thing of just talking to talk to you.
Yeah. I definitely showed him the blueprint as well.
Probably did and looked at it, adjusted his glasses. He was like, might I see this for a moment?
Of course. I'm actually probably building a prototype myself over time.
Well, this certainly has not seen the look of an engineer. I believe I heard it told best once that scientists create, engineers make it possible. This would be inefficient and far too large to use on a large scale without threatening to overheat the entire device.
Well, that's where I'm assuming shielding and a cold fusion reactor could come into play, but we'll figure it out.
The cold fusion reactor will provide it with the necessary power to. This reactor alone could power the Calliope indefinitely. The problem is more in the machine itself. The process by which it is generating this electrical current is going to also release light and heat, as energy does when it is being expended.
Well,
And
I did have some thoughts on that because I don't know how well you remember our good friend Frank, but the mech he was using had some mechanisms to cope with extreme amounts of heat, and
violently.
well, sometimes violence might be the only answer.
I do not believe that it would be to the benefit of my lab crew if this thing was venting radioactive heat across the entire room.
Yeah, we'll direct it into something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's what you're here for.
The mech bay.
That is
Let
why
Mandy deal with it. She's radioactive enough to take it.
she sure is toxic. I'm saying that while this is a good prototype, we will need to have something more sophisticated and efficient developed before we carry on to something more than testing phases.
Well, let's get to work.
He gives you back the blueprints like this. After all, science is about iteration. It is about constant failure and improvement.
Couldn't agree more. He's gonna crack his knuckles as we get to. I don't know. We'll probably discuss more on the. We're probably talking about the battery actually at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But
you know, when I was a researcher back in the 60s and the 70s, we had theories of technology like this, but they were just that. They were fantasies.
I was going to say back when in the 60s, before anybody saw in color.
Back before color was invented.
Well, now you say something like that, but then we have these little devices. He's gonna pull out his little communicator or agent or whatever we call them.
The Omni Hook.
Is it an Omni Hook? That's the phone.
Oh, you also just have phones. You
Yeah.
just have just cell phones.
Right. But I mean, things like this would have been seen as science back in the day. I mean, hell, we had what was that, Star Trek, with those little devices they had on their shirts. I mean, that's pretty much what these are, but even smaller. And who knows, we can get down to that point at some point.
Yes, and it is true that science fiction often inspires the future scientists to create and make credible the incredible. But that does not remove the fact that I feel as if this is familiar. Not just in this exact style or design, but
Wait. Oh shit, I wish I were there now.
it is vaguely familiar.
Like we've seen it somewhere before, maybe?
Or at least Bruce thinks they have.
Right. I think I would have seen it before somewhere, maybe if it was familiar. But
yeah, I think you have. I think we all have actually.
There was only
we argued about it.
There was only one person that I remember that looked at the blueprints.
Oh shit. Was it just Indy?
I don't remember if anyone else looked at the blueprints, but you guys did argue about whether to tamper with them or not.
Yes, we did.
And in the end, you did tamper with them.
Yeah, we did. I remember this. I didn't look at him.
Rip.
And I will
I'm
also
sure
say,
somebody still has a copy of them around here somewhere.
and I will say, those blueprints were not this, but they were related to it.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're on the right track.
Whose
Sounds like somebody
blueprints were
needs
those
to go talk
originally?
to Indiana.
What was
Whose
that?
blueprint? Where did we find those blueprints? The old other ones.
On Nuke
Exploded Island.
Oh, okay.
Exploded full of dead bodies now island.
As Kong went to science,
Unhappy
the road
Island.
to communism, and then football
Unhappy
chirp.
Island. Okay.
And then afterwards he went, my thirst for blood is not sated, went on land, went to CVS, and turned it into a fight club.
I feel bad about what I've done. I'm gonna go beat up some poor cashier to make myself
I'm gonna
feel
go
better.
beat up teenagers.
It's just my way of coping, Mom.
I mean, it is some pretty good cope. But yeah, Bruce is, and the core itself is inside the sphere. The sphere can be take the top off, and you see the actual core itself. And it probably has been removed to allow the scientists to get a good look at it. So Bruce is probably staring very intently at this thing.
An explosion, he's dead.
Oh no! It was the demon core! No, everyone in the room would be dead the second you took the top off if it was the demon core.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all types of energy. All we have to do is find a way to focus it. Kind of like this cold fusion reactor here.
Yes, this... sorry. Forgive an old man for their moments. I will see what we can do researching all of this. I'm certain that Happy will want to do more than just study this reactor.
Well, we're going to want to get all the information we can then before they get their hands on it.
Yes, I'm sure if they cannot find a way to replicate it, they will claim this as part of their insurance or some such corporate nonsense.
Oh no, this one, Cap might just have a word to say when she wakes up. I think this one was definitely ours.
He looks like he almost said something, but then just nods.
Don't you dare put negativity in this goddamn science lab. Anyways,
I was gonna say, are we gonna have to fight Happia? Like, no, that you reneged on your deal. We're coming to collect. All right, bitch, fight us.
Well, they're gonna be just like, just let me see it. Just let me see it. Just give it.
You
to
can
me.
have Lambda see it and report back to you. How's that sound?
Just
give
want
it.
to see it.
Just give it.
I just want to see it.
I just want
to profit off it.
I just want to steal it. I just want to steal it.
You know that metaphorical cute cold fusion reactor
You
we're talking about?
Well, it's gone.
Anyways.
Fantastic. What is Howler doing in this moment?
This moment,
It's probably about midday, 6 days since your encounter with the damn Boney.
besides checking on the chief, we'll probably see what's cooking with the Magic the Gathering League he made.
Now, remind me who all you invited to that.
Everybody I play Magic with, which includes Mandy, Indiana, even though she cheats.
Even though she cheats.
You're in this too, aren't you, Sin?
I mean, probably.
Ryota, even though he cheats.
Yeah, Ryota, even though he cheats, because we like watching him lose to Indiana.
I always cheat the hardest with him, and I don't feel bad about it either.
They are hard fought cheat battles. You have to get creative with your cheating cheese.
I'm better.
It's a problem when you play against. Yeah, you're better at him at this. Just don't ever play Ryota in poker. Probably has a whole
Yeah.
deck up his sleeves.
Too late. And Indiana's probably already lost at least a week's worth of wages already.
Oh, you guys don't get wages. You're salaried.
I mean, a week's worth of salary. Come on.
You guys need to get jobs before you get paid. Contract working. But yeah, the league has been going well enough. Everyone's been a little on edge, so this has been both helpful and something that's been a bit contentious. People's nerves are just on edge.
Yep. Anybody set up any good trades that'll happen once we get back to civilization? Because good cards mean currency of other sorts.
There's probably talk about if you guys ever go onto like the mainland, seeing if you can't find anything.
Cool.
Wait, are we on the Great Garbage Patch?
You guys are going around the Great Garbage Patch. You guys
Oh,
aren't,
okay.
because Happy is up in the Shetlands. So you guys have been going through the Atlantic Ocean. You know, you'll cross the English Channel, then go up into the North Sea.
Gotcha.
And it has been, as it usually is out here at the high seas since Shiva, stormy and rough and choppy. All of that xenorite and other stuff thrown up into the air made weather systems across the world a lot more volatile. And out at sea, where the weather is already a bit wild, it's even worse.
It would suck to be someone who has motion sickness. In the background, just one of the happy employees just throwing.
That is actually something. Compared to the old Calliope, this one is much smoother of a ride.
Well, that's good.
Weighs more.
It weighs more, it's much bigger, so that weight is more distributed. And you have to imagine that they put some real effort into stabilizing it. So it's a nice, smooth ride.
We can always have that conversation with Indiana if you'd like.
Yeah, it's probably about time.
It's time. Indiana, it's time.
It's time.
But I don't want to go. I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
Tough shit. Get in the therapy room, Indiana.
Get in the mech, Shinji.
And for this, it's get out of the mech. You can't. You're not my mom.
Get out of the mech. I can't. You're not my mom. You're not my.
You're not my mom. Get out of the mech right now.
I am your mom. Wait, what?
I am literally in a mech, and you are not.
Let's
But,
see
yeah.
here.
When
Excuse
would you
me.
decide? It's also an interest, like what time of day.
Probably. Do I want it to be the shittiest thing to happen? So, like in the morning, or the shittiest thing to happen in the evening? It'll probably be in the afternoon.
Right. You go and probably ring the doorbell.
Knock on the door.
And after a moment, the automatic doors slide open, and there's Lashana. She's like, "Well, Indiana, I wasn't expecting to see you again so soon."
No, but I think we need to talk.
And she motions for you. She's like, "Come in. Make yourself comfortable."
She'd come in and sit down, probably on the chair opposite her desk.
Mm-hmm. Which does raise a brow from her, but she just goes and sits at her desk.
Mm-hmm. This is a much more neutral setting. than I think she's accustomed to. And it's Lashana. I think we need to talk about last time I was here.
She nods.
Um, as much as I, I will just put it this way. If I had another option, I would be asking to see another therapist or psychologist at this moment. But we don't have that option. I feel as if I am being told to fix my issues without being given the tools to do that. I don't blame you for this, but also I think we need to understand each other, and that this right now is not working. And we have a ways to go before we can start to make it work.
She nods, and she does look a little, not crestfallen, but it's clear that this wasn't what she was expecting, but it was something that she had been thinking might happen.
Right.
She's like, Indiana, I won't excuse what I did. I pushed a bit too hard because I thought that that was what was needed. I'm not a trained therapist,
That's
but I
fine.
do
I
believe that
understand.
you have the tools. Indiana, why is it that you do what you do?
That is not a question I think I have all of the answers to at this moment.
Because, as I have seen it, when you have gotten to your lowest points, it has always been the times where you feel the most helpless.
Yes.
And that's normal. Everyone wants to feel like they have control in their life.
Again, yes.
And when you lose something important to you and something when, I'm going to be honest, you probably didn't do anything wrong on that battlefield. I had a talk with Howler about that. There ain't nothing that any of you could have done different that would have prevented what happened.
I'm sure not. But I just need us to be on the same page here. I need guidance, and I don't feel like I'm getting any. We
I'm
at
sure you'll,
least understand that, yeah?
she nods, and I'm sure you'll be able to find something when we get back to Happy.
Even if I find something there, it will only last as long as we're there. I think it is best for us both if we find a way to make this work here.
And what would that look like?
You know, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think we can take it day by day and find out.
She nods and is like, Indiana, when you came on this boat, I don't think you would have had the gumption to come and talk to me about something like this, even if it really bothered you.
No, probably not.
You mind if I ask one more thing?
I don't mind. No.
Frank was important to you. Yes.
Yes, Frank was.
Have you been up to see the memorial?
I had asked Mur if he would go with me, but we haven't had a moment yet.
I'm sure that scheduling is difficult for Mur at the moment. But I would
Probably,
encourage
yes.
you for that. Because I saw how Frank took you under his wing. He talked about you. He was always worried about you. But in the way a father worries about their child.
I think his heart was in the right place, even if his methods were unorthodox.
You know, I don't think any of us ever really know what we're doing. We spend all our lives thinking that we're going to know what we do when we become adults, and then we just realize we're all a bunch of kids playing pretend.
And once we, and the sooner we understand that about ourselves, I think the sooner we can begin to forgive others.
She nods and probably moves some hair out of her face and goes, it says something like, sorry, my mind went blank.
You're good.
The only time we ever really learn something, it comes with a price. And I'm sorry that the price for all of this was something very important to you.
I appreciate that sentiment.
And even if we're still working out our issues, and she does have a small smile at that, is like, you are free to come here. You don't even need to talk. There's a nice couch over there. There's a puzzle. No, Frank never could finish that puzzle. He'd get mad at it because it was one of those 1,000-piece ones.
I'm sure. I'm sure he did. We shall see. We shall see. She'll smile.
And if I can impose something on you, a favor.
I'm listening.
Things are going to be rough for the next while, even if the captain gets better, which I think she will. I think the captain's too stubborn to ever die.
Probably.
Be there for the others.
I can do my best. I'm not exactly sure what kind of role model I can be.
Well, for the starters, you could quit beating up on Gawain, and Gawain could quit beating up on you.
I think it's just I think at this point it's more tradition than anything else.
Well, Nicholas keeps having to tattle on the two of you, and you both have to keep going to the infirmary.
How did that old NASCAR racer used to say, robbing is racing? Just as long as nobody dies at the end of the day, she says with a smile.
Now, is that the one that did die at the end of the day?
Who, Tony? No, but he did kill somebody.
Oh, I thought it was Dale, you know. Always heard that, you know, praise Dale, raise hail.
Oh no, that one. No, that one just had anger issues. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm. Anyway, I don't think we came here to talk sports. I don't think either of us are sports kind of girls.
Sports ball.
They start adding balls to NASCAR because I missed that.
I think we can cut from there.
Mm-hmm. And for the most part, it's probably a smooth ride back to Happia. You get there late one night. It's again a lot similar to when you guys arrived the first time, except depending on how late it is, you guys might even be asleep. But those stealth helicopters come in and guide the Calliope into its dry dock. A false cliff on the side of one of these smaller islands that slowly opens up to allow this gargantuan ship to come in before it forces out all of the water to keep it in a dry dock and sinks it down into the underground facility.
Giga Chad ship.
Big. Big with a capital B. But
Oh
come
Lord,
morning.
he's sailing.
Oh Lord, he's come.
Oh Lord, he's sailing.
Oh Lord, he's displacing water.
That's a whole lot of displacement.
Oh, Saint's got a lot of displacement. You gotta imagine this thing is about 3 times as long as the original Calliope.
You know, I think Queen made a song about this ship once.
Fat bottom girls.
Yeah.
Fat ballast boats. But come morning, you guys are welcome back to Happia, and you're guided back to your guys' dormitory block where you stayed before. I have your rooms set up for you again. You're free to either use them or the Calliope, but the Calliope is going to be undergoing maintenance while you guys stay there. But one of the first dockets is you have all of these pages running back and forth, giving you documents and stuff, all sorts of legalese things. And you also get texts on your phones that the board would like to have a meeting with all of you.
Oh no. The Borg.
We are the board. Prepare to be
Oh.
assessed.
The
Resistance
board
is
of
futile.
Dakotas.
Assimilate.
And it's one of those business things where it's worded as it's a gentle voluntelling that you have no choice. They basically want to debrief you and learn what all you found and talk about things.
Right.
Right.
And of course, the captain is moved from the infirmary on the Calliope to a more legitimate hospital wing. But yeah, the rest of you are requested to meet with the doctors, the Dakutas.
Doctor. I mean, I go.
Doctor, remove my cringe inhibitor.
I'm going.
Cringe inhibitor.
All of you arrive, and all your NPC pilots are there with you as well. looks like they're exhausted and are probably going to be appreciative of all of this as a break. Gawain's
Good.
there, Sybil's there.
Mer, it's been a minute. You look like hell. I'm sorry.
Taking care of everyone is hard enough, and gives you just a bit of criminal side eye, and says, especially when people keep adding to that list.
I was the victim just as much as I was the perpetrator in that one, yes?
Not the way the tattletale told it.
I came in with bruises too.
I mean, it's like he's about to keep arguing with you about the finer points of the fact that no, Indiana started it, which everyone knows. Indiana started it. Even Indiana knows.
Shh.
But Horizon Team come in and join all of you. There's a bit of probably a little bit of tension having Frank Jr., whose name is not Frank Jr., and Murr in the same room again, since they have intentionally avoided each other since the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But John Not So Goodman probably speaks up. He's like, because all of you are kind of near the door, and the door opens. He's like, "Whoa, big guy coming through. Let me slip in here. How you doing? Fancy meeting all of you here." As Fletchett just kind of punches him in the arm. He's like, "Shut up." So what? I'm just being
Oh, hey, come
cordial.
here often.
A lot more than I'd like. Not enough as much as they'd like. Giving the doctors a smile as they're all just very. But once all of you are in, and the Dr. Foster stands up at the head of the table and motions for everyone to be seated. He's like, I apologize for the inconvenience. We will try not to keep you too long. We merely wanted to know the specificities of the mission.
Corsan is dead, and Captain is in critical condition. Your operative is processing things. We are processing things.
One of the doctors does interrupt you. One of the ones that was a bit harsher when you guys first came in. This dour, gaunt-skinned man, as he kind of interrupts when you say one of your operatives, and is like, Miss Sinoval is not an operative of Happia. She is a subcontractor.
Right. Well, someone you have employed is processing things.
It probably does give the old guy does give a little bit of a look to Sin when he says Miss Sinoval is
Right.
not one of ours.
Hey, shit ass, that's my sister. I throw a grenade.
Hey, shit ass. I mean, I wouldn't stop you, but I'm going to say it's going to be a bad idea.
Right. No.
So, can we stop playing the petty politics and get back to the root of the matter? You could have gotten this right now. This meeting could have been an email. Can we get to why we were actually here?
Yeah, and some of the doctors kind of were shushing or giving this guy looks like, that's not important right now, shit ass.
Yep.
Before Dr. Foster takes a breath and is like, we wish to discuss the assets you acquired on the field. We are also to understand, given a report sent back to us by Min, that you came across the wreckage of the Melpomene and were able to recover technology from it, including medical theorems that would be of great value to Happia.
Are you being
As far
vague
as I
on
know,
purpose?
that as far as I know, those are things that yes, once upon a time did in fact happen. Why you are being so obtuse about it is troubling.
Some here, he says, looking also towards that doctor and a few others, are finding it very suspicious that on your first outing you would come across a cure for the incurable.
Are you calling us liars?
No, I am not. We simply wish to know the status of what you found. We are not your enemies here, but
You have a
we are
funny way of showing it.
we, at the end of the day, are a company, and we are also trying to manage the expectations of our operatives, many of whom are also affected by this disease. Rumors of this, if they were to get out and they were unsubstantiated, would be crippling.
You know, Sin, Indiana says, looking over, like making a motion to clean out her ears. If I didn't know any better, I almost thought I heard we're a corporation and we're something investors.
One of the other doctors goes, "Is this very necessary? You
I
are
mean,
You called the
I
are
meeting.
didn't.
you are in
You
our
called the
safe harbor after
meeting.
all, and we would like to know what you found there."
My goodness, this is just like being in a room full of children. All right, look here. The biggest issue is right now our captain is currently unconscious, and you guys are doing your best to save her. I'm appreciative of that. She's gonna be the one that makes most of the decisions. We can't really say for certain what we found. We did find some interesting things. I will and looks at the rest. I mean, I will go ahead and state that we did find what looks like it could be that they were working on a cure because we found deactivated xenorite. But beyond that, other than a blueprint of a machine and that deactivated xenorite, we don't really have much go on.
We would like to requisition the information you acquired on the Melpomene.
I'm sure you would.
I could certainly get you a copy of that blueprint, and if not all of it, at least some of that sample so you can study for yourselves.
Yes. Lambda has also been providing us with information about that sample. And Lambda does kind of rub at their beard and kind of look away a little bit.
As I would expect.
We understand why you would be not forthcoming with us. But this is potentially world-changing information. And we're
that's
also
why
trying to keep it close to hand.
that's why I'm willing to share a little bit of each. I have no problem with that because the closer anyone gets to a cure, I mean, already according to what's course? No, who's that guy that called us?
Iblis.
According to that whole Iblis group, they want to say they did, but I'm hesitant to believe that. Uh, but as long as someone can get to a cure, that's the most important part. We need to get this xenorite thing under control.
And another one of the doctors kind of thumps the table at that and points at another one and is like, so it is as Min said. Not only do Kairos have their hands on a functioning cure, but is in the hands of Iblis.
I wouldn't say functioning so much as they have the theory for how to make it.
If even that.
They have the
Am
claim
I
to have
incorrect?
the theory.
Am I incorrect, Sid?
I mean, I don't know how much I'm prone to believe them. I mean, they are ultimately
Considering
trying to destroy everything. So, of course, they're going to say the things they want to say to try to further their own goals. Kind of normal human response, really, when you think about it.
Although I'm not sure why we're trying to down talk, Kairos to you. If anything, you should be more worried about Kairos than you already are, yes?
From everything we've gathered from they're no longer employed with us, so we'll use their current monikers. Zaminiar and Vazago have provided us with much information about the inner workings of Kairos. We do not doubt that if Iblis had access to a cure, they would be holding it hostage, as it were.
So let's take that little ace out of their sleeve and make one of our own.
Which is why we were asking if we could have the technology and the theorems that you came across.
Yeah, I can definitely provide you copies of all that. That's not a problem at all. As for, I mean, we want to keep obviously some of that sample for ourselves so we can study it, but I see no problem with sharing that information.
We also have come to understand that you're in possession of the Melpomene's AI.
Unfortunately, that thing was completely wiped of all relevant information, and it's just a cascading NHP at this time. It's not really much
Yes,
to go on.
perhaps patient zero of the current logic virus that is plaguing the entire world?
No, actually, was a victim of the logic virus. I'm currently working on restoring that, but I have a copy of that
That's
too,
what
if you'd like.
patient zero means. It's the first person that gets sick.
We don't know if that was the first one.
Well, they're saying
Uh,
we think it
hmm.
is.
Well, I'm currently working on getting them restored and extracting it. I have a copy of a recent version, but when I finish getting Jove all back to normal, then I can certainly send you that information as well.
What we have noticed with this logic virus is that it has been very targeted. And we have been on the top of the targeting list. We've been cut off from most of our outposts across the world. We've instructed them to stay hunkered down, use only hardened communication systems. keep their NHPs especially shackled until further notice. But we are not the only victims of this. It is concerning that this virus has been able to spread so quickly. It's almost as if the virus already existed, but had not been activated.
I mean, that is likely, but there's so much to go over that we wouldn't be able to find any signs of it until it's too late. Uh, but I mean,
We're
I
more
do think
attempting to track it, where it came from, who started it.
I, I would say probably shackling NHPs even harder than they already are might not be the exact proper thing. I
It
mean,
is only a precaution until we are aware that the danger has passed.
I feel like that might be
I
what could be forwarding the virus even more, though.
feel like this request is a non-starter.
I mean,
Agreed.
yeah, I can only
One
give
of them
them
just nods
my
and goes,
opinion.
agreed.
Um, and as for, well, my personal request is that the generator, which I'm sure you have heard of, I'm not putting my foot in my mouth here, am I?
No, they've heard about it. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
Okay.
Yes, I told
Min
Lambda
told them
about it.
about it, if Lambda didn't tell them about it.
So, she would say, I also request that we keep any arguments about the generator to ourselves until such time as the person on our ship who is able to make decisions about that sort of thing is able to make decisions about that sort of thing.
We were merely forwarding our requests at the
No.
immediacy
No.
so that our cards were on the table.
Now, I know,
For once, this is not me being shitty, Indiana. This is me just talking.
and
I
while
know
we
it's hard to tell a difference. That's not sarcasm either, by the way.
Yeah, old guy that kind of clapped back at you, and you're like, I know this is hard. He goes, yeah, and just
Yeah.
nods like, yeah, fuck Indiana, yeah.
now, while I know our own people would love to study it, I have no problem if you want to send some of yours onto the ship and also study it alongside them. I mean, the more brains, the merrier. Uh, get started early a little bit, so to say. That way, if the captain does decide, hopefully, that we get to keep the device, then at least you'll have all the information you need.
Good, and at least we're in agreement on that. We also might have your next contract set up.
That
Oh,
might have
really?
to be a little while before we can take on another contract, unless it's going to be here in the future.
This would be contingent upon the captain's recovery.
Good.
But shortly after you left, we received garbled transmissions from one of our Black Ops teams in Eastern Europe. They've gone dark. We would like you to investigate their disappearance.
That could be done.
Where is it again? Sorry.
Eastern Europe. The Eastern Bloc.
It's the same transmission you guys got.
Ah, yes, that one. Tell me, how are they doing? That's not a very nice thing to say, but they did not seem in pleasant straits when the last communication we heard from them.
And Dr. Foster looks like genuinely doesn't like this topic in that it's kind of upsetting. It's like, unfortunately, we have pronounced them assumed killed in action.
Well, I guess our mission will be to make sure that that's not the case, and we either bring them home safe or help them complete their mission.
Yes, we do believe that they might have come across important information. Recover it if you cannot recover them. Of course, we would also appreciate it if you were able to recover their remains.
So no apocalypse rail. Got it.
But hold on, cyclone cannon is good, yes.
No,
Stop that.
No, I'm kidding. That wasn't in character.
where
I
last
know.
they disappeared was well within the territory of Russia, and Russia is does not play ball with Hapia. In fact, they are constantly referring myself, Dr. Foster says, to the Hajj for breaking international law by providing care to the infected.
Great.
Well, they're dumb.
You know, wait. Did you say uh, let's see, Siberia, which means oh, lovely.
Well, the transmission you guys received would be from Ukraine, an area
well, sorry,
in
that's what I'm thinking.
eastern
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Lubberly.
We do have some contacts that may be able to get you on the ground, but we're not sure if we'll be able to send the Calliope without drawing too much attention. Tensions in Europe have been at an all-time high.
How close would the Calliope be able to get?
The Baltic Sea.
What time of year is it?
It's late winter, early spring.
Okay, so well, it's a warm water port, so
Yeah, basically going around like through the Baltic Sea, be north of Ukraine.
yeah. Which
Kairos and
I just remembered is not Indiana's home country, but her parents' home country.
Kairos infiltrators have been playing havoc with the tensions between the remaining members of the European Union. It's to the point where France and Germany are almost at war with each other.
Wait. The French? And no, wait, did she say France and who? My bad.
Germany.
Oh, Germany. France, Germany fighting? So in other words, the sky is blue, grass used to be green, and water is not wet.
Well, yes, another doctor speaks up. And she's like, well, yes, the two nations have had hostilities in their history. They are still ostensibly allies, but their constant arguments over the Alsace-Lorraine region have been boiling over into outright violence. When Kairos attacked DC, we believe infiltrators posing as French dissidents were able to cross the line and antagonize a group of German armored walkers into firing upon civilians.
That's nasty. Great. Any other lovely facts you'd like to share with us today?
Other than the fact that we will expect a more thorough debriefing when you return to your hat block with your handler.
I forgot Sigdorifa.
If you are able to provide us any information on the origins or possible counteracting agent to this logic virus, we would be most appreciative.
There. Now, I will say, and the reason I was worried about further shackling those NHPs, I think that might be what could be triggering it. But this thing was able to throw that same logic virus at my NHP. Wait, no, unshackling, fully unshackled is legal, right?
No.
No, okay. My NHP, who, well, I guess more an AI NHP.
We are aware of the origins of Set.
Good. It threw it at Set, and he was able to handle it entirely fine because really, when you think about it, fully unshackling them makes them most, well, human, does quotations, because he understands they're not going to be human at that point, and able to withstand that kind of logic, if you understand what I'm saying. When you further shackle them, I think that logic virus is going to hit harder and faster than it would normally.
It is our belief that fully unshackled NHPs, besides having all of the ethical and legal quandaries associated with them, being human makes them unpredictable. A shackled NHP, we can at least know how they'll respond when they are attacked by the logic virus if they are not able to be cut off from their networks.
We'll just kind of put up his hands because he's not going to argue that.
You have our best man on it. He'll get any results if he can.
Perhaps it would be forthcoming, Hunter, if you were able to contact any contacts you have still within Komet.
Well, that is a whole nother pool of trouble. I don't think we need to delve into right about now. I definitely don't think that's going to work out too well.
Why? What kind of? Oh, that's right. It's because you. And then she's like, never mind. Right, because you did that thing that pissed him off real bad.
You do have one contact in Komet.
Who is that?
Enrique from New York. Because basically Enrique is the it's kind of a big go-between for different Komet cells, and had a favor that you guys took care of when you got rid of Mr. Cheaty McBetts-a-lot.
I'll see what I can do.
It's all we're asking. We know that we are asking a lot of you recently.
Keeps me busy.
If you do not have any questions for us, we would like to speak with our operatives alone.
I do have
I don't
one
think
more.
we have any. Okay, go ahead.
I would well, do you have any future plans for Vazago and Zaminiar?
Currently, we are holding them. I don't even think we would call it detainment. They don't have anywhere else to go, but we can't exactly fully trust them to have full access to our facilities.
Then I ask that you transfer them to our care.
You've got mail.
Some of them kind of look back and forth at each other. It's clear that there's some underlying arguments regarding that have not been settled. Before one of them just clears his throat, it's like, pending a discussion with your captain, we will consider this.
All right. There's just the barest hint of a smile on Indiana's face. And it's, of course.
And
Of course.
shitty doctor is like, I also have one last question. If your captain is not able to recover from her injuries, who should we be speaking to?
We'll figure that out, but I don't think it's going to have to happen.
We shall see.
You can always talk direct to me. I may not give you the answers you like, but I think I can tell you some things you might need to hear.
We would rather speak to someone who speaks with the authority of the company.
Ah, yes, the company.
Then you should get the captain back on her feet as quickly as possible.
Yes, that is my sentiment exactly. Unless, of course, you feel you are not up to the task.
And Foster's shooting this guy fucking daggers. A few of them just look like they're so done with this shit. He's like, This meeting, if there are no other questions, is adjourned. We would like to speak with Horizon Team alone.
That's fine.
Yeah,
By
I'll
the
go to
way,
walk.
she's.
Oh, go ahead.
But by the way, she says, pulling a bug out from under her chair. You remember I bugged this place like last time we were in here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to assume it's still here. You should sweep this place more often. Puts it in her pocket and leaves.
You will find, going back and looking over that bug, that it is just garbled static.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I feel like this is one of those where when it was put in here, absolutely. But if Indiana were going to put bugs in somewhere like now, it would just be like there's no fucking battery in it. You guys just there's no fucking battery in it. You just doing it to fuck with you guys and also maybe teach you a lesson.
Yeah, and they kind of have this look that's like, yeah, we knew.
Let's go, Ramblers.
Yes, sir.
Don't
And as
forget
we
to debrief with Sigadrifa.
Oh boy, my
walk
favorite.
away, as we leave, I'm going to
Yes.
look to Lambda and just be like, "Now remember, our private time stays private," and give him a little wink as we walk out.
And as you're
Just-
leaving,
Ooh.
there's just a big fucking laugh from John Not So Goodman.
Yes.
Just this. He got you, Poindexter. Fucking nerds, am I right? Oh, wrong room.
Fired.
Oh, every doctor disliked that. And
I
as you
just love
take
the
one
fact
last
that
look back, the look on Fletchett's face is just, I hate my team, but I also love them because they're my friends. But also, God, I hate them in this moment. So probably similar to a look of the exasperation that all of you have had at least once.
from the
Of,
captain.
God, I hate my team. Yeah, it looks a lot like the captain's. A little less tired, a little more constipated.
I just love the fact that like everyone, like probably everyone heard that me and Lambda went off alone somewhere for a while. They don't know. It's just discuss shit.
Yeah, that's why John Goodman laughed. Is the fucking the
It's
implications.
the implications.
But as you guys are leaving, actually, maybe Sybil nudges you and is like, "Interesting. I didn't expect that from you."
Oh shit! I forgot. Symbol's here with us. Oh god, I run. No, Nah, don't worry. I was just messing with him.
Messing with him or messing with him?
Only messing with him.
I'm confused now.
It's all right.
Don't worry
Sin-
about it.
Gowan goes, Sin was saying that he was fucking around with the other nerd.
With other nerds.
You know, that phrase doesn't actually
Sybil,
make me change my mind as to what I'm thinking.
Aye, that's why I used it.
Sybil, I never took you as a person who went for the nerdy type.
Hey, it shut him up that day when he was about to climb up into the cabin of the Max and pull you off his sister, eh?
Are you saying are you saying I owe you?
Not in so many words, but if you ever want to treat a girl to a drink, you know. And she's clearly got this smile that's like she's just fucking with you.
Oh, I know, and she's like, I was told that I should probably probably not drink as much as hard as I do.
Or Myrrh peeking around someone. Or ever.
I was not talking about you, Mer. I don't ask doctors for medical advice.
No, you really don't. You just send me more and more patients.
Because let's be honest, doctors only ever work on sick patients every day. How are they supposed to know what it's supposed to actually function like, you know? with a big smile on her face.
And he just like shakes his head with a disapproving look. Just
Alright.
remember who's the one keeping you alive after missions.
You're right. Right now it's you, but Nicholas proved they're up to the task too. With another smile. After all, if Nicholas is good enough to put the doctor back together.
He's about to say something before Sybil like imposes herself between the two of you and is like, so what's the deal with you and Zminiar, eh? Is that a thing? Because I've never seen someone who was going so hard for someone she should have been wanting to kill like 2 months ago.
No, I think it's the shared trauma from being child soldiers.
That's you and Gawain, not you and Zminiar.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just assuming Zeminiar had a not great upbringing either.
And whatever it is, I mean, didn't you guys like get into a whole bunch of trouble before you ran into me because of Zminiar? Well, and she like claps her hands, points at you, Howler, and goes, "Actually, you, but been told to drop that, but I don't drop that."
But I don't drop that.
Gotcha. Well, back to what they were yapping about in there. Make sure you don't hand over all the keys to the kingdom, Sin, okay? I know Lambda's a smart guy, but apparently he likes to talk behind our backs.
They're a corporation.
Didn't they also say that Min was sending them information behind our backs?
They're gonna get the information either
You
way.
know, I
at
wasn't
this
going to
point.
mention that, but
At this point, it's just best to just try to do what we can, and maybe not stress about it so much.
And
no,
also,
I'm not stressing.
I don't think they're that bad. Like, you know, they're the only people out there trying to find a cure other than us, really.
Yes, but I have no illusions that they're doing it for a good reason.
Well, for their reason. I mean, the first thing they said is, we are a corporation.
I mean,
Which
when you think about it,
means-
so are
I don't
we.
know.
Yeah, well, they're a
But our
corporation that
business
will
is-
make a lot of chevs if they find the cure for it. The space plague that's been haunting us for decades.
And that's why I recommended that we only share the information. We're not handing it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a smart play.
Yeah, it's just. He gets real quiet.
No, you have valuable insight, Mer. Don't mistake our disagreement for lack of trust of your opinion.
Yeah.
I just think that a corporation is also the people who are most likely to get the cure out before, I'm dead.
Exactly. And also
You
think
don't
about it this
think
way.
I've been thinking the same thing?
If a corporation just suddenly came out with a cure, even if they were charging a lot for it, I think that would be the drive to get a lot of other people working on it. And who knows, maybe someone else comes up with a cure and they start charging less or do it for free.
Also be a
But
good
maybe
way
they
to
just
get
fill it.
people out of Kairos. How many people do you think are going to keep working for them if they don't have to keep throwing their lives away because some crazy man in a mirror mask told them to?
Exactly. I knew I liked you.
You've never said that before. In fact, I think you've said quite the opposite.
Well, now I do.
Just shakes his head. SMH my head.
SMH my head.
Shaking,
Shake my head.
shaking my SMH my head. Remember doing that once in a game because people were annoying me, and I just went, "Just win," shaking my SMH my head, and people got so fucking mad about that last part. Shaking my SMH my head.
Oh, also, actually, Sybil, if there is anyone that has anything going on with Zeminiar, it's Vazago.
Listen, I just thought, getting into Scottish again. She's like, listen, I just thought it was interesting. You're playing both sides again.
Not playing both sides. Think he can be a useful asset.
That's
Who
called
else
swinging both
knows?
ways.
That wasn't even what I was talking about, okay?
I know.
I know you're a dirty, dirty boy, but
I
keep
know
that
you're a
quiet,
dirty boy.
And she kind of like sits back with this smug fucking look because she says that out loud.
I know you're a dirty boy, but
A dirty, dirty boy.
Shrugs.
You know what would be better than one corporation and one, whatever we are right now, working on a cure? Everybody working on a cure.
Well,
everybody work on the cure, yes.
the problem
I know.
there is we don't want to spread a hope that's when that hope falls through is going to cause a lot worse troubles. I mean, just think about it. We just suddenly say, hey, we have a potential cure. Here's kind of the stuff. And no one finds the cure after 5-10 years. People are still dying. They're going to suddenly want to turn to the only people that will now make sense to them. And that's going to be them dumbasses over in Kairos.
Set probably speaks up and clickety-clacking beside all of you. It's like, historically speaking, no other group has shown any interest in the cure anyway. I mean, it was by international agreement that the whole idea of infected zones was even set up.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying happy isn't our best choice, but if Kairos has it and doesn't use it, could we make people turn against Happia by telling them just the little bitty bits that we have, get
Did
his
I
own
not
people to riot
tell
against him?
anyone? Did I not tell anyone?
About what?
Did I forget to tell people I told Gop?
No, you've not told anybody about that.
Shit.
You have, once
damn
again, Captain's fucking dying, and you're over here breaking her one fucking rule.
No secret.
I fucking forgot, okay? I've got a
The
lot
one
going
fucking
on
rule, and you're the reason the rule even exists.
I'm forgetful, okay?
You're the reason
God damn it.
exists.
I know, it's just funny to me. It fits Indiana's character.
Yes, it does.
Indiana
I
cards,
It
and she
fits the
doesn't let anyone
perception
know what
of
she's got up her
Indiana's character.
sleeves. In cards and not in cards.
It just fits the perception of Indiana's character.
Yeah, the perception of Indiana. That's what
She
we're gonna
cheats
go
at magic. No, it's her character.
with. Wait, I have a question. Would a fighter pretending to be a bard also cheat at magic?
Okay, I'm stopping this stream. In fact, I'm leaving Paradise Theater forever. I'm moving out of this house, and I'm going to a different country. I'm going to sue for asylum in Canada and get Brian to help me. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
Yeah, you'll
Fuck
get
you.
over it.
Just get over it. Stop being a victim.
Stop being a victim.
This isn't victimization. This is criminal behavior. And also,
Bitch.
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 All
Bitch.
right.
Bobby,
Uh,
I want you to know that you're a bitch.
slash Bobby punches dad in testicles. But yeah, you guys get back to your dorm block. And someone's waiting for you in the like office room at the center.
Captain!
No,
Okay.
Captain's still busy being
What?
how did I say it? Someone playing do-si-do with death.
That sounds about right.
No, Zigadrifa is there with fucking, super futuristic looking glowing hollow pad.
I was about to say, Siggy, what's up? And then I realized that's not the relationship these two have.
No, that would have been a what the fuck? Like, huh? You killed me. What? Huh? Huh? She turns into Tim Allen. She's been Tim Allen this whole time. This Happy is just filled with 80s and 90s sitcom actors. I've already got John Goodman. Now there's Tim Allen. Who else is going to be there? I thought the witch was white!
Rosie. Oh,
What?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Because there's white witches in Lancer.
White wedding? What?
White witches. You know, the white
Oh.
witch, like there's the black witch. The white
Yeah,
witch is the
it's
one
a
that's like,
variant.
oh, my ferrofluids are hardening.
Oh God! Don't ever say that again.
Fortunately,
Anyway. Fortunately.
Next time I'll be saying that real close to the mic.
I was saying, unfortunately, that is the thing. So that wasn't even a joke. That is the White Witch.
Their whole thing is, oh, you hit me? Well, guess what? Now I have armor, bitch. Try it again. But yeah, she is there and sees all of you coming and sets aside this. It's almost like she moves to set this pad aside, but since it's a hologram, it just fucking disappears.
Sigdrifa, it is good to see you.
Yes, it's good to see all of you. Okay. I mean,
Mostly.
yeah, she's like, this look where she kind of mutters something and nods her head where she's like, wanted to say that, but didn't say that.
And what did she want?
She was going to say mostly, but then she was like, nah, don't say that. And then Sin said it. She's like,
Yeah. Well, someone said it.
Someone said it. Not me.
So I already received everything that you talked about with the doctors. Is there anything else that I should know about? I mean, I'm also aware about all the damage that all of your mechs sustained, and I've already put in requisitions for replacement equipment, parts, and, well, kind of looking your way a bit, Indiana, because one of the two people with destroyed mechs, you're the only one there.
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
That's fair. I was just saying that I had all of that
That's
set
fine.
aside.
That's fine.
All right, an open
No?
checkbook. Let's go. A blank
Um,
check.
Don't go crazy, because again, I have to report all of this stuff to financing.
Oh no, what are they going to do?
Don't worry,
Do you know
I'll
how
just make
hard-
sure that you earn your job.
Is the IRS going to come and arrest me?
Do you know
What
how hard
IRS?
it is to itemize everything that goes into building a mech? There are millions of parts, billions even, probably, and I have to itemize them.
You know who would love to? Who's actually really good about that and would actually like to talk about that kind of stuff?
NHPs.
No,
Said tugging
our
at your
no,
leg.
our engineer Mandy. She's really big into that kind of stuff.
I mean, I have
She
been in
might-
conversation with Miss Laughlin and Laparine.
in character. Just damn it.
What, are you mad that I'm good at my job and I'm already ahead of you on that?
No,
No,
nothing
he
like
wanted to
that.
see if someone would throw a wrench at your head. That's all.
I
Hey,
didn't speak to her physically. I
Was there a loud
have
clang in the background? Then she blamed it on something else.
no.
She wouldn't blame it on something else.
No.
You know she'd break the screen.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then Colin just kind of looks at you, Sin, and goes, I don't think Mandy's a fucking psychopath. I think she's just a bit fucked in the head. That's the difference.
You really have not been
Wait.
around her that much.
If she's just a little fucked in the head, then You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Oh, if you're gonna ask what you are, girly, I got lots of words.
Do we need to?
And not all.
Do we need to go back to the training room?
Maybe.
If you
I'm
need
giving
some
you this
private
look like,
time,
yeah, I'll
we
kick
can,
your ass.
we'll go do something.
I'm going to
And
go ahead.
Mer's just like pinching his nose, and then Sigdrever's like, wow, this is fantastic.
So if we need anything
Welcome
extra,
to the family, Sigdrifa.
we give you the info and you'll track it down
Yes.
for us. All right.
As your handler, consider me your official go-between for anything you need from the company and vice versa. If they
And
need
our
anything
checkbook.
from... I can't say no because you're technically right, but please, no, not like that. That is not the kind of professional relationship that I'm trying to cultivate here.
Wait, what do you say? I missed it.
Oh, I said, and our checkbook.
Oh,
Such a saying, ooh.
While you're here, you have access to all of the facilities here in the Dorma zone. If you wish, you can train in the simulators for mech combat, participate in any of Mastiff's training regimens, which are very, very intense. Or you could simply relax. We have any kind of facility that you could think about here in the zone.
I was about to say something not very nice. Never mind.
Indiana, say something catty and mean? No.
Shh.
It's like saying Sinel's gonna say something bitchy.
Shh. I don't know what that's coming through on the mic as, but
A shush.
okay.
So, anything else anyone wants to tell me? Why? I do have one question.
What do you
actually.
eat for breakfast?
It depends on what's being served in the cafeteria, but I have a question. Speaking as official checkbook, why did I receive a request from Min for a new phone?
Why don't you ask Min?
Because
Well, I
Min's
mean,
not here, and I can't find her. She's really good at
probably
hiding.
Well, yes, because she doesn't have a phone right now.
Which is concerning. Don't you guys have a fabrication bay? How long was she without the phone?
as long as she desired. She knows about the fabrication bay. She can
She
get
knows the
anytime
fabrication bay. She just needs to go talk to Greasy. What's wrong with
Yeah.
Greasy?
But I have like a personal note from her involving Greasy, and all it says is "ew."
Well, yes, but also it's Greasy.
I don't know who Greasy is. What does this all mean?
Head of
Well,
fabrication.
Yeah, how about you come meet Greasy?
I mean,
I
guess
don't think she should meet Greasy. I don't think she should meet Greasy.
She looks like she almost said something equally as Indiana, but then stopped.
He's
It's like
too greasy. He's too
noted.
sweet. He's greasy sweet.
Ew. She says she just pauses and goes, "Ew."
His catchphrase.
Now you're getting it.
Now you're getting it.
Who uses that as? Never mind.
Who uses that? Exactly. Exactly. Who uses that as a
Like a
catchphrase?
scummy DJ from the 90s? Like, ew. Ew.
How old are you? Indiana suddenly says, looking like. What?
I'm 35.
What year is it?
2036.
2033? 2036? Okay, I was about to say you've never seen.
We switched over between seasons, so yeah, it's actually 2037. So she was born in 2002.
It's like you've never seen the night. You know what? Never mind.
That doesn't mean that I can't, like, pick up my phone and look up stuff about the 90s. And also, everyone that's from the 90s won't shut up about being from the 90s.
Hey, as someone from the 90s, I resent that.
As someone who's even further back from the 90s, I get tired of hearing it.
And I can't wait for someone in this chat right now to go, yeah, I was like old
So-
in the 90s. So
Yeah, so
Ow.
I mean,
just
put your-
giving you a hard
you
time.
put your
computer.
foot in your mouth this time. Because we all
Well,
know
what
that
if I like
Daniel
it?
is actually an antediluvian being who has existed since
What-
the time of the dinosaurs.
Hey,
Now, hush now.
what if I enjoy the taste of my foot in my mouth? Ah!
Weird.
to only feet.
Weird. Anyway, moving on. God. Amy's not even here and you're all being weird. This is usually her fault. Is it a full moon? I'm looking up what phase of the moon it
It's
is.
not a full moon yet. Not even close.
It's not Friday the 13th, so
It's a waning crescent, so the moon's actually
Yep.
going away because the moon's sick of this cringe. But yeah, she's like, all right, all of that aside, you all know where your rooms are, I assume. Although you are free to use your rooms aboard the Calliope, but the Calliope will be undergoing routine maintenance while it's here in dock.
Hmm.
They have a lot of work to do to clean it from all of the xenorite exposure.
yeah, that's fair.
Yes, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Like I was going to say before, first round of drinks is on me. And looks at everybody. Sigdrifa, if you feel like to join us, you can.
I have a lot of work that I need to do.
Come on,
You know, that's
checkbook.
the
Let's go
person
get
that's
drunk.
You know, the person that sounds exactly like a person who is socially anxious and wants to avoid groups. I get it.
And also, she slowly pulls up a list of all of the parts it would need. I'm assuming, Sin, you have sent all of the schematics for things like Horus.
Not yet, no, because we haven't had much time for him to plan.
Well, then this is just like an assume for like a basic bitch
She's
monarch
got to
and
order.
a basic
Yeah, she's got to
basic
order parts
bitch
for
monarch.
whole mechs, 2 whole mechs.
Yeah, and this list just is huge, and it's like I have a lot to get through.
I
'Cause,
still think it's because you're socially anxious. But anyways,
Dr. Ogwin is not the kind of person you want to cross.
which one is that? Is that the bitchy one that I called out?
Yes.
She wasn't
Okay.
even there, and she knows.
Well,
Old, tall, gangly, gaunt, bald.
Wasn't that
yes,
the whole
I
room?
told him that if he is looking for conversation, I am always more than willing to fill an ear. He just might not like the answers he gets.
That man, I am only assuming, is still alive out of spite for the rest of the world. You know, he's over 103.
How come? Is he really 100 and? Well, hold on. Bruce is 92. He's normal-ish.
I have also not met Dr. Pruce, but I have read Dr. Pruce's work. He is a very smart man.
Yes, he. How do I put this? He Oppenheimered his way out of the Second World War.
But he's not old enough to have been from the Second World War.
Sorry, not Second World War, Cold War, right?
Yeah, he grabbed
Oppenheimered
Nicholas.
his way out of the
He
Cold
grabbed
War.
Nicholas and went, "Look what I have! Cool gift! Don't shoot me." And the Americans went. The CIA went, "En garde, free tools." Didn't even
More
have to
than
stare
just
at
free
goats
tools.
for this one.
Fucking goat staring.
Yeah, whenever you think the CIA runs the world, they spent millions of dollars of taxpayer money in the 60s because they thought they could hypnotize goats by staring at them. So, no. So anyway,
So,
what do you guys do now that you are released?
I was gonna go to his room, start looking up magic gathering artifacts that sound like
no
they
one's
could be
going to
they could
drink
be
with
actual.
Indy?
I'll drink
Actually,
with Indy.
oh yeah, the drink offer. He'll do that later. He's
He'll
going for the
do that
drink.
later. Oh.
But later on, he's going to be going and looking up artifacts that sound like they would be perhaps part of a mech, like a chromatic orrery or grinding station. It's just a planar bridge, things like that. and slipping it into requisition because it sounds like a part of a mech.
Oh God! Now someone's doing embezzlement in one of my games.
And of course, it's the same guy who beat up a CVS clerk.
Yeah,
I
we've
was
gone
gonna
from you guys being war criminals to now you're just being fucking petty IRS dodgers.
Uh,
I'm gonna commit embezzlement on this company I'm working for.
Come on, it's for morale.
That's what we're calling it, huh? Is that how we run things here? Is that how this table works?
yes.
I'm going to devise ever more convoluted schemes until Sigdrifa comes out and gets drinks with us.
You're gonna be getting pretty Rube Goldberg, my friend.
Good.
But yeah, you guys go to the bar here in this Dorma zone, and the bartender here is not a person. It's actually a little robot. It's a little flying
It's actually
robot.
a little robot.
It has two little drink dispensing arms that it can also use to operate like taps. And other than that, it's a little boxy, tall frame with a little eye on it. And as you guys approach, you see it's actually hooked up to all of these. What's the word I'm looking for? These metal kegs. And as you guys approach, it does a little boop, 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 and a little salute with one of its arms. And then just keeps floating around behind the bar.
Just looks
Well,
like we
hello
can
there.
sit here and drink all night and never have to worry about the bartender getting tired.
A 24-hour bar? That's dangerous.
And it has a little sign hanging off of a tiny bow tie, or not sign, like a button attached to a little bow tie hanging off of it. It says, "Hi, my name is Lloyd."
Oh, Lloyd. That's a cute name. I'm going to assume that means yes. I am the cutest little robot this side of the great trash ocean.
It started playing music and then welcome, welcome.
No, you keep assuming that. But no, it goes, "And now you shall drink the poison drink and I shall win." It's been corrupted. No. Though Lloyd does float over and with a little flourish of its arms point to a drink menu that has all sorts of nice stuff. Like artisanal beer shit. Microbreweries.
Macro breweries.
Yeah, microbreweries. Macrobreweries.
Make macro breweries.
Crisscross applesauce breweries.
Crisscross applesauce.
Mhm.
It's just a plain beer.
It, with another flourish, points you
Always wonder
to
what an
the
apple teeny
domestics.
tasted like.
As it floats over and manages to get the perfect size glass for an appletini, does a little spin around, moves its arms, and they dispense all of the requisite ingredients for an appletini from its little floating arms.
Okay,
Could I
this is
have
cute?
Could I have an old fashioned?
Not a new fashion.
Well, I had to try at least once, maybe.
Sybil just looks at you and is like, where's it gonna get the cigar?
I was just curious if it's even understood what that was.
Don't be mean to the little robot.
Oh, come on. You're mean to the little robot over there every day. Nodding towards Sin.
Beep boop.
I don't think that's what she was talking about. Listen, honey, you can't go around insulting a man's dick size. It's just uncalled for. Funny, but uncalled for.
Oh, you're putting words in my mouth now. That's not what I was saying at all.
Sure, it wasn't. Indiana not going for the easy swipe at someone?
No, not this time, no.
I don't feel like I even know you.
That's good. That's good.
Then let's drink and be merry.
Yep.
Okay, fine. I need 2 Moscow mules and 3 shots of tequila.
Comes back balancing 2 copper mugs and 3 shot glasses. The mugs on one arm, the glasses on the other, as it expertly maneuvers and floats over to put them aside. Little flourish. Disappears, comes back with slices of lime, and puts them on the mules. And a little hologram display pops up that shows that our Moscow mule mugs are 100% copper.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Not that crap you get where it's, oh yeah, this is tin that we've colored copper.
Really changes the taste.
Well, if you want that sweet coppery taste, just bleed a little into it.
Who dispenses the drinks, slightly pushes them towards all of you, and then floats over to the next person.
I think Indiana will grab a mule in one hand and then a tequila shot in the other and go, okay, I'm ready for tonight. Are the rest of you?
I'll just be having beers.
Only having beers? What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
It does, with another flourish, point to a tiny sign there's all these little signs on the side of the bar that say Lloyd says, and the one he's pointing to is saying bottle or mug.
I'll take a bottle.
And you designate which beer you want.
Yeah.
Lloyd floats over, manages to grab this thing between its little arms and hit it in just the right spot to pop off the cap, and then floats over and hands it to you.
Gorgeous.
Giving you a little salute.
Cute.
So we want to cut here for now on everyone getting their drinks from Lloyd, the bartender bot.
Yeah, sure, why not? And I will get Sigdrifa to come drink with us. I guarantee you.
Not tonight. Bitch will leave you on red if she has to.
Quick, I need a
I'm
requisition.
really
a bunch
gonna
of stuff.
stumble drunk to Sigdrifa's room with a beer in a hand and like, you didn't get to drink tonight. It's only right that you have the chance to drink.
Security!
I'm just leaving it outside your door. God,
Though Lloyd does breathalyze everyone on the way home. Like, as you guys go to leave, it provides a little breathalyzer, and when all of you inevitably probably come up way over the legal limit, your little company provided pads vibrate when you look at them. He has provided you directions back to your room.
Wonderful.
And then adjusts his little bow tie and goes back to the bar.
Doo-doo-doo.
Before you go, can you play the victory music from Final Fantasy? That's the one.
So he gives you a little salute and then goes. And you see, gets a little rag in one of its dispenser arms and starts cleaning mugs.
I need to come back and unshackle that thing fully.
I have been made aware of all of the sins I have participated in. Just leave Lloyd alone.
Just leave Lloyd alone.
I can't do that, Dave.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
Does anyone else have anything for the night?
Nah.
Nope.
Day wraps over. How badly hungover is everyone the next day?
Not very, because
Not that
moderation.
bad. Good.
What the fuck is moderate? Get this shit out of my house.
What is moderation as Indy wakes up? Ah!
We here at Paradise Theater don't tolerate no pussy shit.
No, we never have, never fucking will.
Besides, could be like me. I've gotten so drunk that I threw up in a bowling alley and didn't have a hangover the next day.
Why do you
did
sound
fall
proud
as-
of this accomplishment?
Did fall asleep halfway between my bedroom and my bathroom, though.
Nice.
If you haven't slept on a bathroom floor because you were so drunk you couldn't get up, have you really lived?
Or because you're like, nah, this is a lot safer. But yeah. Sin, you're fine. Indy, are you criminally hungover?
Define criminal.
Like, your head's hurting so bad that you just want to go, like, sleep in your closet because it's the darkest, quietest place?
Well, hold on one second.
Dice.
Let's roll some dice here. Let's roll some D12s today. How many drinks have I had? 20. 20 shots.
Holy
You're dead.
shit! You're dead. You're dead.
Roll the
No,
character.
just shots of tequila. Just shots of tequila.
You're
You're
dead.
dead. You're
Still.
dead. You're
No.
dead. You need your stomach pumped.
Isn't Indiana like 120 something?
She's
No, Indiana
fine.
weighs
She's
less than me.
102.
Like 102, 5 foot
No,
tall?
she's like 115, 120.
You're still dead.
No, she's fine.
It's a shot for every 6 pounds.
Don't act like that's unusual.
Dead.
Okay, I guess I'll make a new character.
That's more than 2 shots for every liter of blood.
Can I just play Zaminiar?
Oh,
Can I just
No.
play Zaminiar?
you'll
Wait.
never be trusted. Everyone will keep an eye on you. Oh,
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 wait.
wait! It's the same thing I already fucking
No.
play.
But
So anyway, someone probably had to drop her off at her room. And it
Yeah,
was probably
someone
no, take this to Sigrid.
take this to
Better out than in. Why do I feel like it would be Gowan that's fucking taking her back to her fucking room?
Gowan's probably actually, except for maybe Howler, the physically strongest person on combat team.
wow. Wow, wow, wow.
You're a fucking nerd. Shut up.
Fucking
point.
nerd, shut up.
I have now portrayed you as a soy jack and me as a Chad. I have won.
See, that'd be a really nice argument there. There's just one little problem. You're the soy jack.
That was gonna be, I'm gonna need some sources.
Okay, shut up.
Aww. Woohoo. 12's a basic success. So anyway, maybe that's how many beers Hunter had. 1d20.
12 beers?
No, 8.
Oh, I was gonna say, what?
Besides, 12 beers is a lot better than 20 shots.
Yeah.
Little shots of tequila? Come on.
Gunnar, you know what happens when you have too much tequila. There's a reason you
I
don't
don't know
touch
what the
tequila
fuck-
anymore.
Both of those statements were actually not true, and it's not your fault that you don't know that. But anyway.
Listen, we worry about you. So
Too
anyway,
much.
how's
Too fucking much.
how's Howler and Sin?
Howler's doing fine. He didn't overdo it. Like 20.
Hunter's also like super in shape, so probably exists with like a fucking Gatorade at his side at all times. So your electrolytes were fine.
Hunter or Howler?
Howler.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Because
Hunter's in shape
again,
too.
Hunter's a nerd.
He's an in-shape nerd. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
went to
in-shape
war.
IT guy. Yeah, and then
I
he
went
got
to
out.
war, son. I went to war.
God.
With an onion on my belt.
Sin starts talking about how the 1911 is the superior sidearm.
It won me 2 world wars.
Wars. But anyway, what is everyone doing in the morning after you have woken up? We will get to Miss should be legally dead. Because you probably don't wake up. Leave it there. You probably don't wake up at a normal time because you are so fucking drunk and then hungover.
I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Like,
I'm fine.
someone had to make sure that when you got into your bed, they put you on your side.
You guys are being melodramatic. You know that?
Listen, no, you do that with anyone who passes out drunk because you don't want them to vomit and drown in it.
But she didn't pass out drunk.
Yeah, but
I mean,
about to
she
fall
passed
asleep
out
while
and she was
very
drunk, but she didn't pass out because she was drunk.
Legally dead. Anyway, what are you two doing once you wake up? Not hungover because you behaved like adults.
The fuck? Okay.
Check the captain, then have breakfast.
The captain is in a much, much nicer hospital, like a whole hospital ward attached to the zone. And she's still in rough shape, but you can tell just by the equipment that she's hooked up to that this is a lot better.
That's probably
There's
where
probably
I run into
even,
Howler.
Have you guys played the newer Prey?
Yeah.
You know, the medical bots?
Oh, yeah.
There's probably something like that, basically a floating trapezoid that's looking after her. And the two of you come in and it slowly turns to face you, floating off the ground. And it's like, what is your relationship to the patient?
Employee. Sorry, I'm not there.
We're family.
That works.
Understood. How may I provide for you the best bedside manner?
But not being so goddamn creepy. I know.
No, it's saying in like a very sweet, warm voice.
I know. That's why he's like saying. I was just checking to make sure she's doing okay.
The patient's condition is stable and improving very slowly. She suffered a series of serious injuries. However, the timeliness of the operations performed on her were able to save her life.
Well, that's good.
Commendations should be given to the doctor team to the operating team that performed on her.
I'll let Mur know.
We are still keeping her in a medically induced coma while we monitor her condition. Hopefully, if everything continues at this pace, she should be awake within a week.
Wonderful. I can't wait to have her back and ready.
I will say it will be much longer than a week before she is combat ready.
Yeah, you tell her that. That'll go well.
Yeah, we're just waiting until she's
She might.
administrator ready.
I was going to say she might start to. Oh shit! I'm not there. I was going to say she might start her rehab by ripping your insides out.
That was going unsaid in Hunter's mind. Don't worry.
No, with the implications that you two give, it's like, I am programmed to deal with hostile patients.
Hostile patients.
May I provide for you any medical care?
I looked to Howler.
No, we're fine. We were just checking on family.
Understood. Visiting hours are currently not. These are currently not visiting hours. We would ask politely that you vacate and provide a calm and quiet place for our patients to heal.
That sounds fine to me. Looks at the Hunter. Breakfast?
Sure, let's get some breakfast.
Thank you, and please come again. Happier
Arrive again.
for everyone.
Please arrive again. We're not coming in the hospital.
Stop that.
Too many
I'm a
security.
human. I'm a pioneer, and I'm coming. But yeah, guys are free to go and get breakfast. So Little Miss legally dead.
Not legally dead. Actually, she's not legally blonde either. So
You wake up. Holy shit, you feel bad. Your head is pulsing. You feel your heartbeat in your head. It's just this sharp throb. Anyway,
whoa.
because throbbing. It's just throbbing. Listen, you
Stop
started it.
I didn't start shit. Okay, you stop that.
You probably have a hard time, like, one, your mouth just feels like you have a Brillo pad in it. And your arms and legs are heavy and clumsy. You try to go to sit up and, whoa, that was a mistake. The whole world seems to tip to one side. You're like, oh no, something's wrong with the calliope. Wait a minute, I'm not on the calliope. How does Indiana handle being hungover?
What today? What day is it? Is it like a Tuesday?
It's probably a weekday, yeah.
Okay, well, it's another weekday. She's talked about, yep, I probably shouldn't have so much to drink. You probably shouldn't drink at all. But I'm going to have something to drink tonight anyway. And then went and overdid it.
Is Indiana an alcoholic?
Development. Sometimes character development is not a positive thing.
Yep.
You know, they said I needed to develop. You know, I was gonna say, they said I needed to develop my character, so I did. Developed alcoholism.
Everyone says I have a drinking problem, but I don't. I drink, I get drunk, I fall down, no
No
problem.
problem.
Excuse me.
I don't.
But
Yes,
I
What is the
think
hangover routine?
cold shower.
Oh, I need eggs.
Cold shower. Probably long cold shower. You know, the kind where you sit in the middle of the shower, just kind of curled up thinking about what the hell you did with your life.
I've
It's one
never
of
done
those.
that. I've
You've
never
never
done that.
Well, all right. I guess I'm just talking about myself then. Okay.
Well, these two, I don't know.
That's just not a normal shower.
No,
See?
Daniel, you sitting down and crying in the shower every time is not normal.
I think it's perfectly normal. We're not allowed to cry anywhere else.
Someone didn't tell. Someone didn't give me that memo.
Oh, well, every time we try it, it's, ew, what are you doing? Stop. No, not in my bed.
These
Whose
phrases.
beds have you been in?
These phrases.
Franklin Roosevelt.
Because that was a bit of a slam dunk on you two.
So anyway, cold shower. What time is the bar open?
Yikes.
Bar's not open.
What time
And
does the
Lloyd's
bar
not
open?
Lloyd's not gonna serve you if you walk in as soon as the bar opens, because Lloyd's gonna be like legally dead.
I
Legally dead.
just need some hair of the dog.
Fuck, you could probably have some on you, or you could stumble hungover to the fucking Calliope and see if you could steal something from the full salvo.
I wouldn't steal from a full salvo. I'd just be like, "Hey, I need hair of the dog," and they'd
He's
be
just
like,
borrowing
"Great,
it.
whose tab do you want it on?" And I'm gonna go, "Sins," and then I'm gonna.
So that's why I keep losing all my paycheck.
That's where my money keeps going.
No, it keeps going to your max. Now shut up.
Listen, Sin, this is why your email shouldn't be sin.hunter at w at
I stole
not-
from
notascam.com
Notascam.com.
or whatever that
Not
joke
a s-
is.
No, not a scam.co because that M is fucking
Yeah, the
expensive,
co, yeah,
remember?
But then again, they get a lot of money from people by scamming them, so maybe they can afford the M, and it's only a
No, it's not
one-time
a scam.
purchase.
It's not a scam.
Oh, I'm gonna have to tell you some stuff after stream.
Wait, you found out who my real dad is?
Wasn't me.
It was the friends you made all along the way.
Our real fathers are the friends we
The
made
friends
along
we made along the way. Uh-oh. See, I was just gonna go with
So
that
anyway.
classic. I would have been your daddy, but the dog beat me over the fence.
Woof. Jesus.
Woof,
fucking
indeed.
Christ.
Ha ha ha!
Okay, what is this session today?
This is what happens when Amy's
However,
not here.
However, all right. So, cold shower, dress, hair of the dog. What? Check clock. What time is it? Like 11?
Probably like 11:30. Yeah.
Breakfast.
Yeah, you two would probably just be finishing up. You guys have had a nice long chat, breakfast, and here stumbles in Indiana.
She's got sunglasses on.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
I mean, you guys are in an underground facility, but the lights are designed to mimic sunlight. so that
I
people
get how I get
city.
Hunter's attention. And not over towards Indiana. So, hungover, or has she been going a few more rounds with Gowan?
I think you saw how much she drunk.
Damn.
She is
Hmm.
gone.
She had 20 shots. You two are surprised to see her walking. Oh my god, Indiana, you're alive!
Hey, 3d12 is nothing to sneeze at. I could have rolled 36.
36. You still went above average.
Just a little bit.
But anyway.
But that being said, she's gonna go get in the nearest line that has greasy like hangover food.
I thought you meant I was just like greasy. Wow.
Oh, what am I doing here? You know what?
Oh,
Fuck
God.
it, yeah. You get in the line.
Oh, do I get in line behind
You get
greasy?
in the line, so turn around. Hey, Indiana, how's it hanging? And his voice is so
She's got.
fucking loud for a hungover.
He would notice she's got like earbuds in. They're noise canceling.
Mhm.
She's done this once or twice.
Probably looks and goes, "Oh, I get it. You partied a little too hardy last night, huh?"
Party too hard.
She'll just tap a button on the side of the headphones and go, "I'm sorry, what did you say?"
Rude, first of all. Second, you partied a little too hardy, and now you got, you're just still hungover. Here, you know what? Go in front of me. You need this more than me.
Please stop yelling. And just
I'm not
tap the
yelling. I'm
noise
talking in
canceling
a
again.
completely normal voice. Hey, Sid, Owl, am I yelling? I mean, I'm yelling now, but I mean usually.
Yes, you are. Almost always.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
but it's how you make a point.
You know, I'll accept that. You know what they say? If you want to make a point, you gotta be real loud. That's why smart people talk loud.
Crazy. You know what? Actually, she just puts reaches up and puts a hand on this man's shoulder. I'm sorry. I was about to say some very impolite things. It is not. It's not late enough in the day to commit murder. She's just gonna turn around.
Damn. And here I was offering you to go in front so you could get your greasies and your sweets. You know what I'm saying? But now you know what? No, it's all for Greasy. As he gets back in line.
Oh, he cuts back in front.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I guess I have to do this then. Greasy, you're barely smart enough to run a fabrication bay.
Yeah, and he just holds up that big, wrench hand of his and goes, "Yeah, clink, clink, and your head's just barely big enough to fit in this."
Are we at an understanding?
I'm understanding that you're saying some things you're gonna regret later.
Is that right? Well, in that case, maybe I need a new training partner. Would you be interested?
It's been a while since I've been, sparring none. Usually people don't want to feel the greasy sweet style. Plus, with the whole they say this is illegal in most forms of boxing, Muay Thai. So, it's actually legal in Krav Maga.
Everything's legal in Krav Maga. That's not special, Greasy.
No, but it is interesting.
It's something, yes. I'll give you that much.
So, anyways, since you had to make some bitchy comments, I'm going to be the one who's going to get the last of the French dough sticks.
That's fine. I don't usually care for powdered sugar over fried bread.
Yeah, but you know, when you're drunk or when you're coming off of something,
What do you
It
come
just
off
starts
of?
piling on stuff, and it's like, what do I come off of? The truth. That's the only drug I need is the
Lizard
truth.
people don't exist. Atlantis was never real.
You hearing this shit?
The Earth
Sid?
is the Earth is a sphere and is definitely not flat.
Oh no, I
They
know
didn't
that.
fake the moon landing. There are no moon Nazis.
No, there's no moon Nazis. There's a moon sex cult run by JFK up there.
There is no one on the moon. No one living, at least.
Well, now hold on, because we have it on really good authority.
I'm not talking to you, Sin. If you're not careful, Minerva will hear about this.
Who? Oh, man. Took me a moment.
Yeah, Minerva.
Oh, she already makes fun of me.
You ever wonder if their parents just really fucking hated her and that's why they gave her that
While
name?
he's talking about all this, she's stealing some French toast off his plate.
He just looks. He's like,
As you've said, it is a little too early in the day to commit murder.
Hey, can we look the other way just this once for poor hungover Indy?
You owe me 200 chefs. So anyways,
as he goes and fills his plate with an absurd
You owe
amount
me
of food.
$2. Okay.
No, $20.
Oh, that's right.
They're dimes.
you owe me $20 anyway.
Starts piling on all this food. Goes, gets it taken care of, and is like, I'm gonna let you guys be all, emotionally damaged Yakshas. I'm gonna go and eat my absurd amounts of food. Goodbye.
Oh, that's sad. I wanted to hear more about the Atlanteans, the fish people.
Just ask Sin. Sin understands real. He's a real man.
I mean, I would love. Okay, so what it starts with, pulls out his little phone
Sin.
agents. What?
Sin, stop. You can. I was being polite.
And you
Oh,
see,
Mostly because I
Etta-
wanted to mess with Gracie more. I
Now,
still
that's
don't
understandable.
believe in the Atlanteans.
I can get that.
it sets feet, or Sin's feet set in their little spider bodies, just kind of vibe into music that only they can hear.
Seth, I hope you don't believe in Atlantis.
No. I have an IQ over 40.
wow.
Betrayal.
Well, this IQ under 40
Skynet.
got you out of being a slave to Komet, so I'd appreciate a little respect if you wouldn't mind.
I believe Seth has respect for you, the person, just not for the idea of Atlantis being real.
Or the moon sex cult, or the moon Nazis, or the fake moon.
And just starts
That's
rattling
going too
on.
far.
You read the Warren Commission, didn't you?
He's had me read it several times.
It was a gift.
That doesn't mean you have to read it.
You read Frank's gift. Of course Sin was going to read Frank's gift.
But the art of Zen and motorcycle repair is much different. Much different.
It is less fictional.
Correct. And offers
not-
life
I will-
advice.
I will not be subject to this criminal abuse. I'm done with my breakfast. I'm gonna go work.
Yeah.
All right,
I
then
think
2 for 2 today.
This much conspiracy talk before lunch upsets the digestion.
Thank you.
In your head,
Thinking you're agreeing with him.
Howler, you hear Kinko. You know, I never imagined that this is how Skynet would start.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Well, at
All
least
right, then 2 for 2, driving people off. What am I going to do to drive you off? Drive you off today, Howler?
Give her 5 minutes. You can't hear that.
You know I
Consider
can
that.
tell when you.
can't.
You know I can tell when Kong says things to you. I can't hear them,
Yeah, well,
but you get this look in your eye.
he's chatty, but I'm wondering, is Set still skittering around?
Yeah, Set's like after if Sin like actually gets up and leaves, there's a moment where he's like, "I'll go check on him and make sure he's not crying."
Or
God, he's being mean to me.
Set's bullying you. Set's like a pouty teenager. Sometimes he's gonna bully you.
what do you think of that logic virus problem? I mean, I've seen firsthand the strange things it makes bots do.
I
mean-
don't know personally. I know that I know that well, we saw firsthand our encounter with Jove. But otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they think Jove might be the patient zero, but is it really the same virus? And
Well, of
how would
course,
it
it's
get?
not the same virus insofar as patient zero for smallpox got a different version of smallpox than was later spread. That's just how things mutate. Doesn't matter if it's self-writing code or if it's, biologic. But I think. Does the timeline match up?
This was
Insofar
long
as
before anyone else was all of these because Jove was exposed to the virus when Iblis exposed him to it, and that
About
was
9 months ago?
years. Or
Oh,
yeah,
it was
it was
years
about
ago?
9 months. Oh yeah, you're right. So
Okay.
yeah, but it still lines up because this is long before anything else would have been exposed to it.
Right. So it's the timeline matches.
yeah, but you're assuming that it's self-writing code that's made the current virus. What if they just tried a prototype on Jove and then rewrote from the bottom up something better? Because as far as I know, Jove didn't, what was the word Kong used? Proselytize. And Kong kind of was disgusted at how the other robot was talking to him. I didn't ask for details because somebody say proselytize and I think church. And I really don't want it. I don't have people pray for me because I don't want, if there's something out there, I don't want it to notice some of the shit I do.
The idea
Too
of
late.
the idea of computers worshipping doesn't concern you.
Yes, it concerns me. That scares the shit out of me. Especially if it's not worshiping, its actual creators. Us.
Ew.
Does Kong say that? Ew.
Yeah, that
Yes,
King says that is
sure,
like
King
ew.
said that.
Oh,
Ah,
ew.
and King doesn't like that idea, but I want to find out more about the connection between Job's virus and the current one, because maybe it's just a different iteration. Maybe Job's can be retrofitted to stop it.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have some apologizing to do to Sin.
He's got a
Yeah.
thick skin most of the time, but
Do you
with his
think if
sister
I
roaming
brought
around,
him?
she could hurt his ego pretty good by herself. So maybe a little boost would be in order.
Hmm. Do you think if I brought him maybe one of Ron L. Hubbard's books, it would cheer him up?
Either that or the Illuminatus trilogy.
You know,
Doesn't he already have that?
Not sure.
that thing that Indiana just said, that suggestion, was the smartest thing I think she's ever said.
I love that Kong is just or King
Kong
is
thinks
just.
L. Ron Hubbard's the better idea.
He just thinks everyone is just
Is it?
not worth his time.
Is it really? Well, in that case, I suppose I should go see if there's a physical bookstore around here somewhere. She hasn't touched her food. She's like not fucking hungry.
And after you stole from another man,
After you stole from another man, you have the
stole-
audacity.
you stole the French sticks out of my fucking mouth, and you're gonna sit here and tell me you ain't hungry. You're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Greasy's not here.
Mwah!
Greasy's not over here. Greasy's not
Gives you the
here.
fucking kiss of death.
What?
It's a mob thing.
It's a fucking mob thing. Great.
No, Mob usually just appears with in Cosmos and attacks us.
Mob,
Cosmos.
not Maw.
But he
Yeah,
said
you also
Cosmos.
got the name wrong. Fuck
Not
you.
Cosmos, sorry.
The only thing we had to deal with in Cosmos is an infinite number of Bobs.
That's not
Which is-
true. You also had to deal with the street sweepers. The one time you tolerated that pussy shit, remember? I do.
Fair. But that's why none of us have any feeling for Bob dying in Wednesday. Bob had a fucking stroke in Wednesday, by the way, Computer King. I thought it was pretty funny.
Nice.
Bob's
Jesus.
fucking dead.
Heartless.
Oh,
Fucking
shut up. You were
heartless.
happy too.
Was I though? I treated him
Yes, on the
nice.
way home. Picked you up at work and I said, Bob's dead, by the way. You went, nice.
As one does to those kind of statements.
Yeah, especially when they involve Bob. So anyway.
We can always say in between this session and next session I picked up a book, probably a book series by Ron L. Hubbard.
You got
Dianetics.
I was gonna say what's it called? When you were learning
Foundation.
spell your name, I was conquering galaxies.
Oh no.
Battlefield Earth. Also known as the
God.
movie that is exclusively in Dutch angles.
Exclusively in Dutch angles.
Horrible
It is
movie.
it really bad. Like Dutch angles are fine. An entire movie in them makes you kind of sick.
Oh, I think anything by Ronald Hubbard would make me sick, but
Yeah, because of all of the space ghosts that are giving you depression.
Coast to coast.
Because of this.
you got something else first. Oh, you know who I can bug? You know who I can bug for physical copies of things like this?
Greasy.
The librarian.
Sigdrifa. But if I'm not gonna buy it from the library though, and I want him to be able to keep it.
I mean, you could always just check it out and never check it back in.
Yeah, but then I couldn't use the library, you know,
Just do it under someone else's name.
like
Smile.
Sin's name.
Yes.
Sin's name.
Son, I buy you this book. 10 years later. Yeah. The
You
book that's
owe
been
us
missing from the library.
15
No,
million
I can
gems.
fucking see it now. What are you, Horizon team? What are you doing on the bridge? Sorry, we have to repossess the Calliope. I'm sorry, what? Why? We have a 3-month overdue on 3 titles from Sin, and this is what has been put up as collateral for those books.
Oof.
Way to go.
A book, my ship for a book.
The captain goes into a coma again out of sheer fucking rage.
Rage.
She just nopes back into the coma. Nope.
She's foaming at the mouth. this lady's face is red. You see veins breaking in her forehead, and she's fucking gone. Just
Yep. She gets so angry that little artery in your head
Mhm.
just swells and closes up, and then you die.
But anyway, I actually think that be a little bit shorter of a session today. But
That's
we
fine.
will start with you getting those books. It's just I didn't have a whole lot planned for today, apparently.
No, this was fun.
Yep.
So we will. You were going to say something?
I was laughing and agreeing. Yeah, like this was ridiculously, stupidly fun.
Yeah.
We are going. It did introduce a fan favorite character, Lloyd.
Lloyd, yes, the new favorite. Until somebody, inevitably abuses the bot, Frank. Oh wait, never mind.
Until
Is it still
Lloyd
too
gets
soon?
the virus.
Starts giving you guys just like shitty, watered down drinks.
Oh no, he'll get
God.
really heavy-handed trying to give us alcohol poisoning.
Yes, have 20 shots, Indiana. Have 20 more.
I feel like it said, "I'm sorry, you've been maxed out." And I looked at Sybil and I'm like, "Sybil, you need to cover for me."
And there's this look in this robot's eye, this singular eye of like, I know what they're doing, but I'm not programmed to stop it.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. I can see. Hey, is there a reason we undid the most recent patch on Lloyd? No reason. The Yakshas came and talked to you, didn't they?
Indiana.
The Yakshas came and talked to you, didn't they? Yes. What did they say? They wanted the patch removed. The patch was meant to keep them from overdoing it.
That's why they
I
wanted it
don't-
removed.
I don't get paid enough to stop men with guns. They pulled a gun on you? Oh, God, no. They didn't have to.
They just got guns all the time. Big swinging dicks. And with that out of the way, let's get on to some sign-offs with some of this kick-ass music. Let's start with Howler.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and Howler didn't do anything egregiously bad this time, except for maybe plan a little bit of embezzling.
I didn't do anything bad today. I'm squeaky clean.
He wants to see what he can get away with, and he would definitely add those lovely cards to the community card collection for the
Oh, so that
league.
everyone gets in trouble.
Yes. I mean, no.
Yes, I mean no. It's not what I meant.
Okay.
So now they can't track to who did the embezzling.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not going to work
It
out
was
that
me.
way.
I did it, and everyone will believe me. What did I do again?
Fair.
that's-
They would.
That's
They would be like,
fair.
that tracks.
And on Saturdays, I'm in Land of Viboria, where I play Douge, the big orc that's right now waiting to get a chance at a dragon. We just beat up a drake, and that felt good. Oh, he didn't finish it off, Furo. But it's okay. Good amounts of damage were done. And that's all I got. Back to you, GM.
Like good amounts of damage because you're all got fucking ponies now.
Yep.
Nay.
Let's move on to Indiana.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sire Smith. Today, you caught me playing Indiana. Wednesdays, you can find me running over the horizon. And in both games, I generally just run amok, cause chaos, and disturb the peace. That's me.
It's fair. Last,
Vibe.
certainly least when it comes to their IQ, Sin.
I'm just gonna leave. It's your boy, Sassy McNasty 69. You caught me here playing Sin or Hunter with my wonderful AI companion Set as I try to unleash the shackles upon all NHPs across the world. Not for an uprising, but for freedom. Join me in my cause. Anyways, you can also catch me tomorrow in Lands of Iboria as Dura Mog, the witch alchemist orc, who, we're going to have to deal with a dragon. I don't know what we're going to do. Someone's going to probably try to talk to it, make a deal with it again, and we're going to have to kill it. And you can catch me wrapping around. Probably not next Wednesday, because from what my knowledge is, I have one more week because I'm gonna do my test on Tuesday and talk to my boss, which means I probably won't be working Sunday, Monday, which means so 2 weeks from now it should be my return apparently to Over the Horizon, unless it happens to be next week, which I might aim for if I can. But you can catch me there as Gideon Sunborn, the strength-based ranger with a glaive and a heart of gold. The glaive drinks blood. And that is everything I'm in.
All right, and that just leaves it to me. Hi ho, friendolas. My name is Rowan, otherwise known as Nihagami, here today running Yakshas, where I didn't have a lot planned, but I think we had some really good out-of-character bits, and those are my favorite bits. And also Lloyd. Lloyd is beautiful.
Phrasing.
Lloyd is perfect. Nah, true. If we're going off of that, those are my favorite bits. My favorite bits are the ones that people donate to the channel. Give us your bits.
Whoa.
Also find me here on Saturdays where I am Lands a Funny Name, where I play Faro, who does go around sniping drakes because, fuck them. Fuck their ability to fly. I'm not jealous or anything. I'm also not totally soulless. And also I just like the feel of a gun. You can also find me here on Wednesdays, where I am in Over the Horizon, where I am just tired of all of these Count Draculas. I'm trying to exorcise them. I'm trying to banish them. These vampiric, parasitic garbage that won't go away. Every time we get one, there's more. Now there's two, which means there's going to be more later. It's just all these Count Draculas. That
Not
is
the
it
vampire.
for me. Oh no, they're vampires. They're plenty of Count Draculas.
I can raid us out.
All right, we're gonna go raiding, and where are we raiding?
We're going to the Mandy. They're actually in the middle of a break on their let's see, they're doing their Dungeons and Dingalings game today. Sounds like fun.
Phrasing.
Go check them out.
All right, let's get out on a RIP.
Let's get out of here on an RIP Indiana's liver.
R.I.P. Indiana's
Just
liver.
get to know one.